job rate problems. So, what are the equations we need to know? We have one person working.
For what?
If you have one person working on a job, right?
Yeah.
What's the equation? Jobs equals?
Jobs equals the rate times
Time.
yeah.
Now what if you have two people working? Then you have the contribution from person number one and the contribution from person number two. What happens if you have more than two people working? The number of workers times the rate times the time. Okay, remember your rate when they give you stuff. This one can be rewritten as rate is jobs over time. So if they're like, Ryan could complete 50 math problems in 10 minutes, then you know that Ryan's rate is 50 over 10, or 5 problems per minute.
Ryan, show me your plates.
It was called, well, I didn't say they were PreCalc problems. You could probably do 5 like algebra problems
Maybe, I don't know.
in a minute. 2 plus x equals 3. 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, no, x doesn't equal 1. 2 plus 2x plus 1? Oh, I thought you said 2x plus
Okay,
1.
anyways. All right, next, logarithmic equations. So, these are the equations with the logs in them.
Oh, is this the top one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay, so how do you rewrite a logarithmic equation? So this is usually when you had like log base b of x equals y. You can rewrite this into exponential form. It's base to the output equals the input. So in these problems, you're going to have to rewrite that in this form and then solve. So what if you have log base 3 of x equals 2? Yeah.
It'd be 3 squared equals x, so 6 equals x. Or 9 equals x.
X equals 9. Then when you're done, check to make sure you're not putting a negative into the log.
It can't be negative.
Cannot. The base cannot be negative, nor can the input be
Oh,
negative.
perfect.
Okay, let's try another one. Does that bother you? Bothers me.
Oh, keep it like that.
I am bothered. Log base x of 2 equals 4. There we go. There we go. Good thing you're using pencil, taking detailed notes.
Yeah.
Okay, how would I solve this, Louisa?
That's a good question.
Base to the output equals the input.
X squared equals 16.
So x equals plus or minus 4. Right? Because when you take a square root, you do plus minus. What's the correct answer?
2.
It's either positive 4 or negative 4. Which one's right?
Negative 4. Oh, it's just positive 4?
Because only positive numbers can go into your log. Okay? No negative numbers. Okay, last one. Log base 2 of 3 equals x. Let's make that 8. Okay, how do I solve this one, Taylor?
2x equals
2 to the x equals 8. X equals
3.
3, because 2 cubed equals 8. How could you do that a different way? You know you want the same base on both sides, so you know you have to write 8 as 2 to some power. So then x equals 3. Sound good?
Right.
Can you give us an example problem? Because in the
We just did 3 example problems.
Wait for the first one though.
The one in the homework just looks nothing like that.
Yeah, the ones in the homework are like. Ooh, that's. Yeah, they're catfish problems.
Give you easier problems. Okay. So, what happens? You see that? I almost erased it, and then I didn't, because I knew you were still writing.
Thanks.
Okay, what if you have log of something equals log of something else?
You do A to the log of B equals something? I don't know.
A equals B.
What? Is that easy?
So if we find.
Because log of something equals log of something, so you just set those two things equal. So if you have log of 5v minus 8 equals log of negative 4v plus 10, set those two things equal. And solve. I'm not solving it for you.
Oh, and then we can just like subtract until we get to.
Good question. I made your worksheet too easy. Yeah, I made it too easy. All right, last topic. Abstract rate problems. You have no worksheet on this. So you're gonna have to look up like problems in your problem set if you need practice on this. These are those evil ones. Where they're like, Ryan traveled A miles to the store. Wait, you can't go to the store, COVID. To
Yeah,
the
you can. You can go to the
park.
You can go to the store.
The
To the-
funeral.
Wear a mask.
To the funeral.
To the funeral.
To school. Oh, that's not socially appropriate right now. To the
To the protest?
Golf course.
protest. There we go. It's okay to go to protest.
Yes.
To the
Anti-mask
city
protest.
center
They had one at Ross.
at R miles per hour.
Oh dear, Brian, how fast were you going?
No,
Unfortunately, Ryan missed
He missed.
the peaceful demonstration
Come on, let's be fun. Wait.
by 2 minutes. No, 2 hours. How fast would he have to go to arrive on time?
Oh, I love these.
I'm kind of glad that Ryan missed it, because then he's not subjecting us to any sort of like disease from the mass gathering of protesters. But regardless, we want to at least see how fast he should have gone to arrive on time. How do we do these problems? Well, you're going to make a table of distance, rate, and time. In fact, if you wanted to play tic-tac-toe with your neighbor instead of doing math, you could totally do that now. So, he traveled A miles to the city center at R miles per hour. So, can I find the missing piece of information here before ever reading the rest of the problem?
No.
No.
Well, technically,
Yes.
you could do AR.
His time was distance over rate. So many of you try and plug in the 2 right away, but you can find that. It's A over R. You don't have to you don't have to use the 2. Now we want to know how fast would he have to go to arrive on time. So that means that his time should be 2 hours less. What was the distance?
It doesn't say.
It was the same, right? Hopefully his location to the city center, or century if you're in Britain.
Is that really?
Yeah, they switched
That-
the
no,
ER.
that's center.
Yeah, like theater, and then it's.
Theater. Going to the theater.
Yeah, true. Okay, can I find the rate? Rate is distance over time.
Oh.
So, those are your abstract rate problems. I would highly encourage you to go back to that lesson and like try all of the examples, but I'm not going to force you to. But they're hard, and most of you get them wrong. So,
Oh,
I would encourage you to do so.
Christian, where did you find those answers?
Okay, that's it.
sorry about